This actual ticket has been decided that I'm going to sing, so here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Adam Cole and the babies. 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 Okay, the party for life. The party for life.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody had a great weekend and an even better start to their week. This is THS Wrestling presents That Wrestling Show. My name is John, and I am a man who is now 10% into his 40s. And I am joined by a man who doesn't even need to check his end of the year music streaming because he already knows what the number one hit on that list would be. Neeson, how you doing?
What?
What
That's
a
how
weekend.
That's how
what
I'm doing.
A weekend.
What? Also, I don't know what Spotify is, so you know.
Well, notice did I say Spotify?
You didn't.
I made sure not to say Spotify.
You didn't. It's been a great weekend. It's been a great weekend. I had to put the doozy on one time, a little velvet doozy on, just because I feel very West Coast right now. You know, Kendrick and
I was gonna put the LA hat on.
One swift movement. I was just like, yeah, they not like. Hold on, let me get my. Seen a lot of people talking shit about West Coast dancing online now, like, oh, they're gonna do that little leprechaun jump dance. It's like, it's first of all, it's not a little dance. Second of all, you will go broke to live in LA. Okay, you will go broke to live out here. You would trade in all of your assets, your grandmother's assets, your grandmother's assets, if they had any, to live in LA. So don't get it twisted. And that y'all not like us. And it was a beautiful thing to remember.
Man.
Beautiful.
Let me tell you, on my ad blocker is off, Dylan, so I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to leave and come back again.
Yeah, frozen.
Per usual. I sat down at my computer on Friday at 9 p.m. to play some video games, and I was up till 12:30 not playing video games because I was watching and reading everything I could about the back-to-back track drops. And then on Saturday, I was in Disney California Adventure when Kendrick decided to drop the hit of the year, of the summer, of the millennia. Dodgers it was their walk-up song. They were playing it in Dodgers Stadium before the game.
They did play it, yeah.
And I feel like before I leave and come back, the man who was told to shut up and just make some beats literally made a beat, and now everyone is now dissing Drake over that beat. What a time to be alive.
You know, what a time. Without getting, this is not a hip hop beef podcast, but if we were talking about hip hop beef, that's the most professional wrestling that's ever been professional wrestling. That beef right there was prime real estate professional wrestling. I'm talking Attitude Era, Vince McMahon revealing himself as it was me type of storytelling. I'm talking Bloodline over 4 years storytelling. Speaking of Bloodline, I need the Usos when they reunite. I need them to have Not Like Us as their theme song.
Oh
If the
my
Usos
God.
don't come out to Not Like Us as their theme song, we're missing a big opportunity. Just imagine. Shh. See that, people.
Imagine. I think everyone got too hyped. I think the dogs got too hyped. I don't know what happened. Camilla seems okay, but
yeah, all right, I'm gonna stop that. Stop.
Goodness. So obviously, yes, this is not a hip hop podcast, but it was the news of the weekend.
It was I mean, well, that, and I don't know, Backlash, WWE gave you the best birthday gift that WWE could give you,
Yes.
the best.
And while I bounce out and come back in and hope that I'm not whatever is happening with my internet, I would like to hear your overall thoughts on let's just go with the pay-per-view in general.
Yeah, sure. My overall thoughts of Backlash. WWE should do all their PLEs in another country. American fans, let me talk to you real quick. Professional wrestling American fans, we're the shit. And I don't mean the shit as in a good way. I mean the shits as in the thing that dispels from your body full of toxins and gets flushed down to the toilet and gets sent off somewhere. That's what we are. Okay, we are shit as American professional wrestling fans, and we need to do better. That was my overall take of professional wrestling that went on this past weekend in Lyon, France. The best pay-per-view that went over overseas. Now I love it because the next one that's going to happen at Clash of the Castle, they're going to try to raise it up. And yes, I skipped over King and Queen on the Ring on purpose because I feel like that those aren't really real pay-per-views. Like, they're just big house shows. But the Clash of the Castle, y'all on the clock, Scotland. On the clock. I thought the energy they gave was incredible. I thought the look, Jay's entrance was amazing, was captivating. So shout out to the production team.
Killed it again.
Yeah, I thought a lot came out of it, and it really showed, this next wave, this next new chapter, this next new era, de la Shea, a professional wrestling in WWE. And I think they got the right people. I mean, I thought Jey Uso and Priest put on a better match than what I was expecting.
Yes.
It was very entertained. And I think it still builds. It feels like we're building Damian Priest as a champion while continuing the lore and building the legacy of a new championship with Seth Rollins not in the picture.
And the lore and I guess not the legacy, but the lore and the storytelling of Judgment Day and what might be happening with them coming up. It's just it's very interesting.
Right. And then Dylan says Tiffany Stratton turned all he knows. Look, man, Tiffany Stratton is amazing. And I think the match, the match that those ladies had, that triple threat match was incredible. Yes, Tiffany Stratton, but Naomi, it felt like Naomi was doing what we were seeing her do in TNA. Like when she left, it felt like Naomi was out there putting in that work, and it was amazing to watch. And it just shows you how dominant Bayley can be if booked right, and still feels credible as a champion, not quote unquote forced down our throats, but she was last time she was a face champion. It felt very, very forced. I felt the tag match. Look, Jay did a springboard. Jade did a springboard crossbody into the ring. Tell me, 2 years ago, Jay comes down to AEW. Did you ever peg her to do a springboard crossbody?
I don't want to sound like a mark, but Jade is athletic enough to do whatever she wants to do.
Absolutely. I 1,000% agree with you. 1,000% agree with you. Now, with that said, did you see her doing a springboard crossbody during her TBS run?
No. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe, but no, I don't think so.
No, because she wasn't propped up like that. Like it felt okay. Like it didn't feel like John Cena doing a springboard stunner out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It didn't feel out of place. It felt like, oh shit. Like she has that in the bag.
Yeah.
Bet. Like, let's see what I can't wait. I cannot wait to see the maturation of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I really hope they get a tag team name. I love it, man. I love it, and I love what it does for Damage Control, because as we've seen on Monday night, it makes them the mad tyrants, just this mad group of women that wants to just ruin everybody's they want to yuck everybody's yum, if you will. And I love that. So man, I love the pay-per-view top to bottom. What about you?
So I was getting texts in the morning because we went to Disneyland, and I was like, well, I'm gonna miss it. That's fine. I'll watch it later. I was getting texts in the morning from a friend. Let me just pull them up, and I didn't realize how long he had been into the pay-per-view or the PLE, and I thought it was very funny. He said that the street fight had started, and then he said I was like, just tell me what's happening. It's fine. I'm, just text me. It's cool. He's like, I don't want to spoil anything. He said, just know it's so good already, and didn't tell me anything. And then he said, I don't know if this is true, but I don't know. I didn't get context for it. And actually, I would like your take on this. He said better than anything at Mania.
Because of the crowd.
Yeah.
And I think, hearing how I remember the first night of Mania, people text me like, like, how'd you like Mania? Like, it seemed pretty dead. And I'm like, well, no, it wasn't. It was cold as fuck. It wasn't dead, but I could imagine like
there was a noticeable lull, but it wasn't dead.
Right. But it was, and I haven't really watched it back yet, but it was so cold. Like they kept displaying the weather, and it was 40 something, but it felt like, no lie, it felt like 30. And so imagine sitting outside watching wrestling, wind chill, feels like 30 degrees. You're not going to be excited no matter what. Like, it's only so much you can do. Right. Yeah. And then plus you're in an outdoor stadium. So even in our box, we were freezing, and it was hard for us to get like excited that second night. But you could tell the difference between the second night, because the second night it was warmer, it was 50 degrees, and people were a lot more excited.
Yes.
Right. So I see why people say it's better than Mania, but I think that street fight, man,
set the tone.
That set the, like, it felt real, like from top to bottom. Kevin Owens standing in the ramp area, or in the aisle area, waiting for Randy, not going to the ring, Randy coming out, them going up together. Like, it just felt different. It felt real. That's probably the easiest way I could describe it. Like,
yeah,
it felt real. which it did feel overly produced.
No. So I guess just my overall thoughts, it was a great PLE. The crowd absolutely made that event a top tier event. I really it's weird because like we all know that AJ Styles is a first ballot like Hall of Famer. It was, and I know that chant is it's a chant
Phenomenal.
for the region, but it just really felt like giving someone their flowers while they're still here. It was great. And you know, if WWE doesn't like see this and go, we need to first of all, we need to go back. Secondly,
oh yeah,
these dogs. Secondly, I'm just it's me by myself, so the dogs are being ridiculous and hopefully not hurting each other. Yeah. Anyway, secondly, we need to go to other places in the world because all the first time crowds have been great. If you think about, well, not first time, but first time long time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
that Bad Bunny entrance is probably one of the best things that has happened in a long time. I've watched that like 50 times.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do that more. I don't see any downside to doing PLEs abroad, mainly because I can watch wrestling at 9 a.m. and it's great.
I love it. I love it.
Give me Mania
Saturday morning,
9 a.m.
Right. Saturday morning professional wrestling. Like, meaningful professional, not Saturday morning replay wrap up or Saturday morning velocity or Saturday morning speed. No disrespect to speed. Shout out Ricochet. But
I'll check. I haven't checked out speed yet. I'll check it out.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. They're good matches.
But yes, I agree. They have to go abroad more. I think the only bad thing that comes out, and I caught the tail end of you, it really exposes our crowds for being uncreative and annoying. And it's funny because it's like, oh, well, the crowd after Mania, the Raw after Mania, always a great crowd. Yeah, because it's mostly international, a mostly international crowd. I get Saturday morning pro wrestling for SmackDown every week at 10 a.m. Ugh,
jealous. You get to hear you get Solo and God now Saturday mornings.
Match wise, I thought everything was really good. I thought the Cody Rhodes AJ Styles match they beat the hell out of each other. That match was great.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing, you might have mentioned it before, but the crowd shaking the camera when they're trying to film AJ, that is wild, dude. And we need more of that. We need more camera shaking that's not on purpose.
It was, I mean, 11,000, like, the arena was a small arena, of course, because, I mean, it's France. They don't need, it's the third biggest city in France. Like, they don't need a 20-seater and a 20,000 seater. But 11,000 people all jumping, like, that camera was rocking. Like, I love, man, shout out to them. It was a great surprise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I remember.
Yes.
I wish we were really better at cutting things. Because I remember us talking about God in the WWE.
Yes.
A long time ago. Right. And when it happened, I instantly thought I was the Leonardo meme. It happened.
Pointing at the screen.
I was like, it happened.
Yeah, I mean, we had talked about that, and now it's Tonga Loa showing up. I remember after Tama Tonga showed up, I started looking at I think I didn't look at Tonga's contract because I legit didn't think it was up. I was looking at Hikuleo's contract because I think Hikuleo's contract is probably up as well. So things could be getting. I mean, things are already very interesting because one, we all thought next up would be Jacob Fatu, which was not is not the case yet. And Tonga Loa was a nice surprise. It's even better because like they've been a tag team, Guerrillas of Destiny. They've been a tag team for a long while, so you can slot in another tag team there in your tag team division, and we could get Guerrillas of Destiny versus Usos down the line. I'm very intrigued. How are you feeling after we've well, let's segue to Bloodline. Because I think there's some new stuff there, especially with Tonga Loa showing up. But the thing I want to talk about first is Paul Heyman letting it slide that he hasn't talked to Roman Reigns since Mania, and he was the one that removed Roman from the draft, not Roman himself. So what do you think of where we're at with that with Roman? Because it feels like Heyman did try to get a hold of Roman Reigns when Solo was like, he said I was next in line. He's not here. He didn't say that, but you know what I mean. How do you feel about where we're at right now in storyline with Solo taking over, adding new members, and seemingly just listen, Heyman's going to get a Samoan Spike in about 3 weeks. I feel like it's going to happen. So how do you feel about where we're at right now with the Bloodline?
I love it, man. I think where we're at with the Bloodline, we have a prime setup for Roman to come back at some point and say, what the hell is going on? Someone's sleeping in my home. And then Paul Heyman says, baby, wait, let me explain before you start to point your blame. And Roman Reigns says something about have a fit. Oh, it's about to be some shit. And then, you get Jacob popping up on a new Bloodline side. And then you got to call in the one, the only, the final boss. And you have Roman final boss, Usos versus God, Jacob, Solo.
So that's that, like old guard versus new guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and
that because
you have Heyman in the middle.
Because I feel like last time we spoke about this, we didn't think that The Rock would be on the side of Roman and the Usos. That was the last time we talked about it. Things have changed.
Right.
So you still think like
I mean, I think it's I think it's I don't know, man. Like they've been really playing it slow, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if he starts off with Roman and then he goes over to the new Bloodline. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised, but I feel like it has to be something to where, he already spared Roman. I mean, spared The Rock. He's already allowed. He already lost. And what did Paul Heyman say? Losses bring consequences.
Yes.
So yeah, it's something with that. I just don't think it's right away. I think we get a swerve, bro. And something in that aspect. But I love it, man. I love where we're going. I love this. I love the story that they're telling. I love that it's slow. I love that we're building. I love the fact that it's like another one. And then, who is Randy and Kevin and KO going to get to help them? Right. And then another one, you know, and what is it going to take for Jey Uso to finally come help out his brother Jimmy Uso when he gets back, when he's not, you know, when he's medically cleared?
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like? What does that build like? I love what they're doing, and they have SmackDown to do it on, which is crazy. They're doing that on a 2-hour show.
Yes.
Like, wild times at Richmond High. Wild times.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I feel like I had a point that I was going to ask you about. So The Rock definitely in charge of the new Bloodline. Do you think, at least that's what Dylan says, and you think that might be the swerve? So is this going to be like it was me all along? Up next month in June. Oh.
Yeah.
Like I was pulling the strings.
It could be. I think I'm more so interested to see, like, it's gonna be a play somehow. And are we gonna wait? Are we gonna get Rockin', you know, if we listen to the dirt sheets, is Rockin' Rockin' Cody for next year's Mania, right? Like, what does that build look like? How does that work out?
Yeah.
How is Roman involved? And then we got SummerSlam. We have Survivor Series. Like, Survivor Series is going to be the real test. And we only have what, 6 months, 7 months to Survivor Series. So yeah, man, I think they're gonna build a new bloodline, but how they're building it now is incredible. Solo with Solo wearing gloves, dog. Like, Solo got the hold up gloves and walking around with wearing a blazer now. Like,
I love it.
He's looking real hitman right now, and I love every bit of it.
And I just love the subtle things that we're doing, especially when we have like a PLE like this, where we have Raw and SmackDown there, where we have Jay preparing backstage for his match, and the Bloodline walks past him.
Yeah.
And he looks at Paul Heyman, and I don't know what the shaking the head of Paul Heyman is. It's like, don't do anything.
Control. Yeah.
It's getting
getting crazy.
I don't know what to do, or like, please help me. This is not great for me. I don't know what it is, but I do like that. I think that is that's also a nice little subtle hint. I think, could we get Sammy Uso back in the O? I don't know. I almost think like that would be fun, but I don't know if we need it. Would that do anything for you?
No, because they're on separate brands. I think, yes, it would if they're on the same brand, but they're on separate brands. And I think, and he's a champion, you know?
Yeah, but then technically Jay is also on Raw.
Yeah. That's why I don't think we're going to see it till like Survivor Series or something where it, you know, it causes, or it has to be a crossover, you know, like our trade being made. But I don't think they're going to trade. They're going to trade with that's got to be a huge.
That's got to be a blockbuster. Like we were talking last week, they got to like do breaking news on like ESPN or something like that.
Well, I mean, Cody traded for him once before.
That is true. That is very true.
Traded for him once before. But yeah, I really think the Bloodline storyline, it's, you know, the chapters are turning, the chapters are burning, and it's keeping it hot for Roman when he comes back. When Roman comes back, all hell is going to break loose. And I really, really hope we get the Mad King Roman. Like, I hope we get, like, just ripping people's heads off Roman.
I mean, we might.
Like, that's what I want. I want Roman.
I mean, it would be crazier if Roman comes back like that, and the Usos are like, hey man, and then they side with and it's just Roman one versus all. A little throwback.
Mm-hmm.
One versus all.
And I hope he just pops a sensu bead and just goes fucking ape shit.
War games, dude. Bloodline war
Yeah,
games
of course.
would be
Of course.
legit.
That's what we're building to. That's it. Imagine rocking a War Games match. Like,
Dude.
this man is a dinosaur. He's a not old. I mean, like a fucking dinosaur. Just,
oh yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe not that high, more like, you know, a little deeper voice.
So I mentioned that, like, the subtlety of Paul Heyman and like them walking by him. Another subtlety, I wish I had gotten the picture, but I don't know if you've seen this photo circulating. It was a photo that Liv took last night, and posted on her Instagram, and someone had
was the photo me and Liv took in the summer of 21?
no.
Oh, that sucks.
Someone eagle-eyed in her pocket was sticking out the corner of a purple bandana. So it looks like, and I mean, Liv did something pretty evil last night where they were back to back. They were gonna fight, and she just went and she's like, "Not my problem, see ya," and just walked away. So we were talking about Damian Priest wanting to prove himself as a champion, the pushing and shoving. Is Liv the one to kick him out of Judgment Day? She convinces everyone else to kick him out of Judgment Day, and she not necessarily takes over, but is now in everyone's ear, kind of like how Rhea Ripley was. Because that seems like the avenue we're going down.
Pingo, you're a happily married man, correct?
Yes.
Could Liv come to your house and kick out your dogs?
Absolutely not.
Oh, right. Because you're happily married.
Yes.
Yeah, it's no happiness going on in Judgment Day. Okay, that leaves little cracks to go in there, wedge it, push it open. And who else is do that but Liv freaking Morgan? All right, Liv Morgan can walk right in there and say, "Huh, yeah, no, this is nice. Yeah, fuck your couch like that. Yeah, oh yeah, you like that? Yeah, nah, it's mine now. Yeah, see, like that's Liv Morgan. That's what she's walking in there doing. She's taking Dom, she's taking Judgment Day, and then she's gonna take the title. And then when mommy comes back, she's gonna say, "Oh, you want your Dom back? You want your title back? You want your Judgment Day back? Yeah, too bad.
Yeah.
Too effing bad." And it's a beautiful thing to see. I think a new version of a Judgment Day and Damian Priest out on his own. It says a lot. Look, he already has his own song.
Yep.
All rise for the judge. It's his time.
So
and also it's Liv's time.
Yes, I'm very interested to see what they do with New Judgment Day. The little clues are have been great. I know that Dylan said we need to set aside some time for Iliad and Ricochet. Unfortunately, I've been packing because I haven't seen it yet.
You didn't see it. Oh my!
I've been packing.
God.
I leave tomorrow morning, so I'm gone. Yeah, so I've been taking care of stuff. But I know I saw the tail end of it, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Iliad's on Raw, sir.
Huh?
Iliad's on Raw.
Yeah, I know.
He's on Monday Night Raw. And he is giving time. Was it a 2-segment match, Dylan, or 3-seg? He's getting time. He's in the King of the Ring tournament, and he faces Jey Uso next. And I'm pissed about it because at least have Jey Uso go to the finals. But it's no way that the Red Dragon is going to lose to Yeet anytime soon. Anytime soon. The way he destroyed Ricochet at the end.
Yeah,
My
I saw
God.
him bleeding the hard way. Iliad. Out of control. I love it. I mean, it's going to be Gunther and Iliad in the finals for sure. There's no ifs and or buts.
Which sucks, man, because like they don't need it. Like
no,
I love what they're doing with Jay. I really feel like Jay needs something. I feel like now he's at the point where it's like, yeah, you've earned all your your future accolades, all this praise. Like let's mark him with something. If it's not King of the Ring, if it's not Intercontinental Championship, it's not the US Championship, it's not the World Championships. You took the tag team titles off of him and Cody, which could have been a really dope run. And then you split them up. So it's like, I feel like he needs something, not the Speed Championship, and no disrespect to the Speed Championship.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah, Gunther and Sheamus was a banger. I
saw the still photo of the handprint on Sheamus's back.
Yes, I know, man. Should have just stayed recovering from the neck surgery, sir.
Yeah, it sounds like I missed a couple of bangers, but I'm traveling tomorrow morning, so I'm just trying to get ready.
Are you driving or are you flying?
Flying.
Well, then you can watch it on the plane.
Oh yeah, I can. Great. I will do that. Let's switch gears to some stuff that happened on AEW last week that I kind of just want to talk about. We had the return of Kenny Omega as an EVP. I thought the segment was okay. It just felt like a very mixed message. Like, I'm not really good at doing this. This is what I'm dealing with. The doctor says this. And I think that he said, like, I'm going to try and come back from this, even if there's a 1% chance. And then Okada comes out and he goes, hey, how about we do this in a couple of months? And I'm like, you just told us you could die. So which is it? And then he gets beat up and it's like, okay, so he's fine. So I don't know. It was fine. You know, it furthers the elite versus the non-elite. It furthers that. But I was just like, you hadn't said one of those things like, hey, how about we do this in a couple of months? I think I would have been more like, oh, okay, I can at least buy this that he's going to be out for a while. But yeah, it was a very mixed message on that end. Obviously, I think Kenny Omega has been missed. It's good that he had a break. Unfortunately, it was because of a disease. But if he's better and ready to go, I think that'll help them out, at least in this feud. I mean, he looked good, but also it's like mixed messages. How did you feel about it, Neeson?
I did watch this segment, and it was great to see Kenny Omega back on television.
Yes.
And but I felt the same way. I was like, okay, you're saying all this, and in like a couple months, I was like, well, okay, cool. Like, just give them a while to rest up or, heal up, finish. And then they do the whole chair spot with Jack Perry, and I'm like, all right, like clear, like I get it. It's for suspension of disbelief and professional wrestling, but also I'm like, he had diverticulitis, and it's been known for so long, and we know he was out because of it. Like, why play the "I'm not ready yet, but I could get beat up" card?
Yeah.
You know, like I was very lost about that.
I
Like, what's the payout here?
Yeah. Dylan, we're gonna get to this. This was actually gonna be the next thing we talk about, but yeah, I feel like the the content is good,
Shit.
but it needs something else. You know, like I feel like
Yeah.
Kenny literally came out and said, if I have a ticking time bomb in my stomach,
Yeah,
if I get
if I
beat
get
up,
hit,
I could die.
right?
And then it takes FTR like 45 minutes to come out and help. Like, I feel like I need a sense of urgency when people who shouldn't be getting beaten up are getting beaten up. You
Yeah,
know,
like
from
so
everyone else.
the first
Yes.
hit, like everyone should have rushed Kenny.
And
Like,
also,
make
that
me
doesn't mean,
fi-
to me, that doesn't mean like they rush and save the day. You can have the
no.
elite beat the shit out of these people right away.
Yep.
I think that would be better. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It feels like we need that sense of urgency from, what are these dogs doing? Sense of urgency from from, they don't call it gorilla. Maybe they call it gorilla. We need people out there
Opposition.
immediately. So that was confusing for
Yeah.
me. And then another thing, this is more interesting. I know Dylan is confused, but we have and actually I don't know if I buy this or if this is storyline, but it could be true. Orange Cassidy
Yeah.
tells us that Chuck Taylor's not, he can't wrestle anymore.
Right. And I didn't know if it was storyline either, but very interesting way of like having your group members say it.
Yeah, I sincerely hope it's not. Um because that would suck. I've always been a Chuck Taylor fan. I love Chuck Taylor. I know he has been dealing with that. I think it's the ankle injury for a while, but
Mhm.
I think the phrasing on that should have been might not ever wrestle again. That would have been better than saying he's not going to
Mm,
wrestle ever again. But also I don't know if it's true or not.
yeah.
Um, and then Trent comes out and is like trying to make it about yourself again, and then they get into a fight kind of thing. We get a pull apart, and then funny enough, out of the face entrance comes Don Callis, and he puts his hand on Orange Cassidy and whispers something to him,
Mm. Mhm.
and then he leads him off through the tunnel. So a lot of stuff going on there. Um, I guess my question to you would be, if Orange Cassidy was to join the Don Callis family, how
Mhm.
would you feel about seeing a heel Orange Cassidy? Because in the early days, like I'm talking way back, Orange Cassidy technically was a heel. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying AEW, I'm talking way, 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 way indie. Like he was just a
Yeah.
guy that didn't care and he, you know, he was an
Yeah.
asshole. But now
That
it's
that's
different.
why we loved him.
What's that?
I said that's why we loved him.
Yes. Now, I'm wondering if how do you think, do you want to see a heel Orange Cassidy? Is that something you think would work nowadays?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think I would love to see it, and I would love to see what's gonna differentiate between the heel Orange Cassidy and the Orange Cassidy that we have. And I think that's the most intriguing part is like, how can you change that? Like Or do you not change anything and it's just your ideology of things, you know? Like, because like you said, he's already a person that doesn't care and that like all this stuff. Like, so if it's just what lens are you looking at these things through? And I'm very interested to see if he does turn heel or not, you know? I'm very interested.
Yeah, I think Dylan says, no, I think I'm good. I think it could work. I think it could work, but it's just like what do you change about him to make it I think the first thing you do if we're doing this is he doesn't do any of the pocket stuff anymore, and I think he gets new gear.
Yep.
And he just wrestles more. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think he wrestles more like he did when he was Fire Ant, or more like he wrestles when he's Orange Cassidy now, but without any of the slow down, lazy stuff that he's doing. I think it could work. It would be interesting and different for him. A change of pace, which I mean, I don't. He's very beloved. I don't really know how that would play. The only thing I can think of is can do thumbs down the exact way he does thumbs up.
Yeah,
that would be funny too.
I think all those things, man. Like that's what intrigues me the most. Like all those, because yes, Orange Cassidy could have been their biggest star. I think Orange Cassidy had the most crossover appeal at a time. But if you had Orange Cassidy come out, like you said, you strip him of all the things that people like about him, and I think it's something there. Yeah, and I think it's something there because people will want that back eventually, right? People would want and crave the quote unquote old Orange Cassidy again at some point, and it's going to be bigger and better, and hopefully they capitalize on that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm at least willing to give it a try.
Yeah,
but it almost feels like
try givers,
depending on how they do. Oh wow,
it's my try giving cigar. I'm willing to give it a try. Show me what you got, Orange Cassidy.
Do you think Orange Cassidy should come out with a big cigar?
Orange Cassidy should just come out like the matter. So this is how Solo's new gimmick should be. He's like, hey man, got something to tell me?
Yeah, he should. Oh my god, that'd be great.
And then Heyman's like, oh yeah, Solo, I made sure everything is right. It's like,
and then he gets winded halfway through his matches.
Nope. You just bite it for the look. You don't light it.
Okay, all right.
Big Willie taught us this in 2000, Pingle.
Right, true. I forgot the words of Will Smith.
You just bite it. We cut it up. We don't light it. Okay.
Also, I would love if Heyman goes to light it, and then in the most deadpan way, Solo delivers that line.
Just bite it. It's for the look. You don't light it.
Yes, my child. Yes. Yes, Solo. That would be amazing.
MFT. What does MFT mean?
I thought I knew.
Motherfucking Tonga?
No, I'm not sure. I thought I feel like I had an epiphany during the event, and I was like, that's what it is. And then I was like, no, that can't be it. Did somebody on commentary say it?
I've never heard it once be explained on commentary.
I thought it meant my family tree. I don't know. This could be the new what CM and CM Punk means. I will say I did see his choke artist line completely bomb in that crowd.
Right, Pat? I was like, yeah, guillotine.
And then everyone was like, huh? Like the entire crowd. Motherfucking Tonga. I mean, that could be it.
That's what I thought. I thought it was, that's what I said, motherfucking Tonga. That's what I said. But Graves wouldn't say motherfucking Tonga.
No, he wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like they said it, and now I'm probably misremembering. Anyway, I will say guerrilla warfare and the Destiny. I was like, this is great.
I was like,
love
this is great. Yeah, I was like, look at Michael Cole. Look at Cole. Look at him.
And again, I don't think we give Michael Cole his proper flowers either. I just love watching the reaction videos that they have of him. Like after the brainbuster, he's getting up and down and walking around and just commentating. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, he's great.
I think we just we weren't ready, nor did we want a heel Michael Cole announcer.
No.
I think that really pumped the brakes on people being like, I don't have time for this. Like, this does nothing for it.
You have your lead play-by-play be a heel announcer is kind of...
Yeah, I think that was... Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. But we're good. We're good now. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, it only took like 15 years.
It's fine. It's fine.
Right, well, anything else?
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to talk to you about, Neeson.
Cigar?
I don't think there is. I think that's it. I really hope Drew McIntyre is not super hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, he's hurt. You know.
Yeah,
that's why he's been. That's why he's been working. But he's. I love this though. Like they're hurt, but they're still the storyline of having Jay replace is still great. It's still, but having Jay replace him and like, you know, keeping it switching a place. Punk being locked up in the WWE office over the weekend is hilarious.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I want your thoughts on this because I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw some of the NXT Combine. What did you think of that?
They should have made it into a Peacock audio. I agree. What I did see, I thought the same thing. I was like, man, this would be cool if it was its own special. And I think they know that.
They'll probably release it or something.
Yeah, I know it was an idea floated around of like, look, they're trying new stuff in NXT. They want to do some cool things. I actually sent a video to somebody you know up there, and I was like, hey, like, I'm not saying this, but I'm saying this would be cool to kind of redo in NXT for like something. And I'm being very vague because it actually been happening. They're like, just so you know, this is already being floated around right now, and like we're really trying to do some new things. And it's really cool to see like NXT really be at the forefront of that stuff. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if like they bring this back for the men's, probably like a men's combine, and do it for a special. But also, look, you know, they're moving in October.
Yeah. I also think this is cool because that can be like lower third stuff, combine numbers.
Miss Jackson's abs are fucking unreal, unfucking real. Okay, like I saw the one shot of her when they were outside confronting Javon, I think his name Javon. Can't think of his name right now, but you guys know where they confront him. Oh, that's the GIF. Which one? What did I do? I don't know what I did. But yeah, Miss Jackson's abs are fucking unreal. Like I swear to God, I see Miss Jackson's abs and I was about to just be like, all right, this is it. Yep. Just gonna starve myself and do crunches all day. Oh yeah, Javon Evans, yeah. Yeah, man. They shout out to Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Okay. Bret Hart, Shawn. Look, I'm a Shawn guy. I always will be a Shawn guy. And I beg you will be a Shawn guy too if you got one look at that NXT roster. Okay. Shawn guy through and through. Through and through.
Shout out to Hickenbottom. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Man.
I'll never get tired of that. I'm like, oh, Trick's coming out.
I love it.
It's the best.
Oh yeah, man.
Goodness gracious. Guys, if you haven't been watching Dark Side of the Ring,
I haven't.
Do so because it's wild. And tonight is the this is not a plug. I'm just excited to get off stream and watch this. It's the finale of season 5. It's about Black Saturday. So the rise of Vince McMahon should be very interesting. And also, I will say, like, they're doing that death of who killed WCW. Yeah, there it is. And I was like, do we need another one of these when it was announced? I'm like, and then I saw the trailer and I went, okay, yeah, we do definitely need another one of these. Please just give me all the documentary style wrestling content, please.
You never had a $7 production one, so
yeah. All right, Neeson, where can the people find you on the internets?
You could find me somewhere in a ball, crying, fiending for a new episode of X-Men 97. Okay, I am on the countdown by the minutes. Give me my X-Men. Give me my X-Men. Give me my X-Men. 97. Yeah, great time. I can't wait till it ends. I may just do like a wrap-up thing about it. I love X-Men 97. That is the only thing I would want to talk about other than professional wrestling. So you can find me at Stay Fly Life on Instagram, YouTube's, Twitter's, the Peacock, Tout, MySpace, the Facebook, Friendster, Gigster, Craigslist, Under Strangers.
What?
Yeah, that's where you can find me. Where can I find you, Pingle?
You can find me everywhere at JP Thrice. I just will say this right now. Unfortunately, no show next week, at least one that doesn't contain me, because I will still be out and about in the world. I will say one thing you forgot. You said you want to talk about X-Men. You want to talk about professional wrestling. We got the double premiere of Doctor Who, my friend, coming up this weekend.
I gotta remind my dad.
So excited to talk to you about that, maybe in an unofficial format.
No, man, yes. I want to talk about Doctor Who in an official. I am a new Doctor Who person. I need to talk about it in an official format where I could, speak glowing things and also learn and also, find my Doctor Who community. All my Hoosers.
Your Whovians.
Yeah, all my Whovians out there.
Well, I mean, I have had a Doctor Who podcast for 307 episodes now, so maybe you should join me and Taylor on an episode one of these times.
Anytime, sir.
Yes,
I am here for it. Let me know. I am a Doctor Who Whovinster?
Whovian.
Whovian. I am a Doctor Who. I am a Doctor Who Hoovy.
There you go. Hoovy juice.
Oh. I'm a juicer. Yeah, I'm a juicer.
Oh, okay.
Hoovy Jewy.
All right, everybody. We will talk to you soon. Maybe not next week, but soonish. Anyway, Thanks for joining us. This is a lot of fun. Make sure you check out that #show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys at some point soon.
Bye, guys. Bye, Dylan.